if Japan's lost decade was a precursor of what the rest of the developed world faces, then you want to pay attention to its prescription. Paul Krugman writes in the New York Times that the new Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is breaking with a bad orthodoxy, the orthodoxy of imposing austerity. And if he succeeds, something remarkable may be about to happen. Japan, which pioneered the economics of stagnation, may also end up showing the rest of us the way out. And of course, Abe's been pressuring the Bank of Japan to raise its inflation target. Market expectations of inflation have already turned positive from negative. And of course, Sara highlighted the weaker yen, too.
This is Professor Krugman's wheelhouse.
This is
a really smart essay.
There's a lot of anticipation for this new prime minister's moves. We'll see in 2013 if he can carry them out. Lots of great expectations also for the man set to be the next Treasury Secretary, Jack Lew. What stood out to me is the op-ed in the Washington Post, Robert Samuelson, on this decision from the president. President Obama's not so subtle messages. The Treasury's autonomy will be curbed. The president doesn't much fear another financial crisis. And the president isn't conciliating his Republican and business critics.
Yeah, I love that single line. The Treasury's autonomy will be curbed, and you really wonder, are they going to take that across the other major cabinet positions, including State Department with Senator Kerry?
And his point there is that Jack Lew comes from the president's administration already as the chief of staff, doesn't have so much experience in the private sector on Wall Street, and when it comes to financial crises, he's the budget guy, and he's the negotiating guy on behalf of the president.
He also doesn't have a lot of international experience, which is what a lot of investors and Wall Street people like to point out. So you wonder what kind of position he's in, as you mentioned, Sara, if there is another financial crisis to deal with that.
I was going to say, Tobias Willem-Bouter, your chief economist, was on the short list to be U.S. Treasury Secretary.
I don't think so.
That's an inside joke, folks. That's a scary thought. Willem-Bouter as Secretary Treasury.